Hello, good morning everybody. Welcome to the Licensing Subcommittee on the 11th of March 2022. May I remind everyone present this morning that the meeting will be live streamed and is recorded via the internet, and this recording is archived for future viewing. Could all participants online today please mute themselves when not speaking? This is in order to avoid any background noise or feedback when other participants are speaking. If a participant wishes to speak, can they please put their hand up using the raise hand function? And please could we ensure that all debate is raised verbally and not via the chat function for the sake of the recording. The chat function is available to you this morning to highlight any technical issues or to grab the attention of our nominated chair and or myself. If any participant has difficulty hearing or being heard when you're addressing the committee, then they please could let the chair or the Democratic Services Officer know. And if they have a webcam, could they please try turning this off in the first instance, as this can help with broadband or Wi-Fi bandwidth, so at least you can be heard at all times. Everybody who is joining the hearing, as expected, is online today. So I'm just going to firstly hand over to our legal officer with us today to go through the procedure for the hearing this morning. Thank you, Richard.
Good morning, everybody. My understanding in terms of today's hearing is that there's an initial application to adjourn today's proceedings. Am I right in thinking that? And I asked that of the applicant.
Before we get into the discussion, Richard, if we're going to go straight into that, do you mind if I just do the nomination of chair?
Of course, yes.
Is that okay? Thank you. So obviously we do have a nomination from the three members on this morning. Could I have a nomination, please, and a seconder?
Nominate Councillor Thomas.
Thank you, Councillor Crowley.
Nomination for Councillor Thomas.
Thank you, Councillor McCaffer. Okay, Councillor Thomas, you're duly elected as chair. Thank you. So to answer Richard's question.
You're on mute, John.
Oh well, let's try and get that one out of the way before we start then.
Yes.
So thank you, Amy, and thank you, members, for electing me as chairman. It sounds, from what I've heard, as if this might be quite a short meeting this morning. So, Richard, did you want to say any more about the application for adjournment?
I think we need to hear from the applicant in relation to why the request has been made, and of course then the subcommittee can consider the same.
Before we go on to that, then can I just check with the members that nobody's got any declarations to declare? Like, presumably not, or you wouldn't be here, but yeah. Great. So is the applicant present?
No, Chairman.
No. So have we got a written request then from the applicant?
If you'd like to take, yeah, Katie, would you like us to take us through the correspondence you've had? I believe it's from the agent rather than the applicant directly. Is that correct?
Certainly. So with regard to the application for the grant for the premises licence at Barry West End Neighbour Club, the agent has sent an email. I am the instructed agent in respect to the application for a premises licence made by Barry West End Neighbour Club. On receiving notification that the hearing to consider the application had been arranged for Friday the 11th of March today, I responded without having checked my office diary that I could attend upon the hearing. Unfortunately, later that morning on checking said diary, I found that I was already booked to attend on a separate matter. In the circumstances, I would most respectfully ask for the hearing to be rearranged to another date to enable me to fully represent my client during the course of the proceedings. I apologise for any inconvenience that may request have caused, and proposed other dates have been suggested.
So Mr. Chairman, this is not an unusual request in the circumstances, but I think it's important that we hear from the objectors, and of course that will be South Wales Police in the circumstance. So
okay, yeah.
If there's any representations.
Mr. McCarthy, have you got anything to say?
Yeah, good morning, Chair. Morning, members. Regarding the application to adjourn, South Wales Police don't object to that for a full and fair hearing. I believe it's fair that the applicant's agent is present to present the case on behalf of his clients.
Okay, thank you very much. So it's down to members. I think the one point to note is that if we adjourn today, it will have to be the same 3 members that that actually sit on this next time. Is that right?
That's correct, Chair, yes. And obviously we do need to make sure we meet statutory guidelines in terms of notice of hearing as well. So we have, as Katie's advised, we have been given some dates by the agent where he is not available to attend in the near future, but we would obviously take those into consideration and liaise with the panel members yourselves to make sure we can find a suitable date for all.
Okay. So can I just ask then, members, are you happy that we adjourn this this hearing this morning? I'm happy to return on a suitable date. Obviously, Democratic will liaise with everyone to get that sorted. So if that's the case, then as all nod, so we're all in agreement. This matter is adjourned for today, and we will come back on another day when it's arranged.
Mr. Chairman,
Yeah.
Obviously I've considered the papers prior to today, and just by way of observation, if South Wales Police intend to pursue their objection to this case, perhaps I could suggest that they submit further evidence in relation to specific incidents that support their submissions.
Yeah, I would agree with that, Richard.
Thank you.
Is there?
Yeah, Mr. Price.
Sorry, Mr. McCarthy.
No, I'm just going to respond to Mr. Price's comments. Yeah, that is all noted. That ordinarily is the case. Unfortunately, this one was dropped on me on Monday when I returned from a 2-week period of annual leave. Ordinarily, the file of evidence from the police would be with the relevant parties 7 days in advance of any hearing.
Okay.
I'm grateful. Thank you very much.
Yeah, just on the matter of what Richard raised, I had a good read again through the report last night, and it does look to me as if the applicants and the objectors are not all that far apart really on where they are. I was just wondering, is there any chance of this being mediated, or are we going to be back for another hearing? Is it possible to mediate it then, put it that way, now that we've had a hearing and it's been adjourned? I presume we'll have to come back anyway.
The conversations between South Wales Police and Mr. Patterson, the applicant, will continue. And if we can come to an agreement ahead of any future hearings, then we'll ensure that we pass those observations on as the earliest opportunity. I apologise, you can't see me. I can't turn the camera on for some reason.
No, I just think it may be that the Constitution means that we have to meet, even if it's only to actually approve that you have agreed, because we've got an adjourned meeting.
Yeah, we would, because obviously your formal recommendations from the hearing today would be to adjourn, so we would have to hold a hearing, even if it was for the case that we would obviously be presenting any developments since.
Okay, that's fine, as long as we
that's all just in the interest of transparency for the public, Chair, just so they can follow and see exactly what's happened with the case.
Okay, well, that brings this meeting to an end then. So can I thank you all for your attendance and look forward to seeing you all next time. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Chair.
Bye-bye.